So I want to talk about why men of this generation are scared of women. And I think it has to do with a bunch of reasons, and I'm going to go into it. They always think that, like, a girl is going to record them and call them a creep. And the third reason I think men are scared of women is because they just don't have motivation.
All right, y'all, a little bit of house cleaning. For those who've been rocking with me from day one, I appreciate the support. For those who may be new here, coming in or out of the door, don't forget for me to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. Every bit of your engagement helps promote me into the YouTube algorithm. I thank y'all for the support. Let's get to it, man. This is something I like to do on the channel. It's just a compilation of various TikTok videos I've gotten through the years, some recent, some a little older. I like to do this because, quite frankly, it does well on the channel. And as long as you like it, I'll keep doing it. A lot of this stuff is pretty funny. Um, there is a new thing that I want to bring here on this channel that I think is going to be the next viral thing going on TikTok or on social media. I call it the jiggle jiggle movement, and you'll see exactly what I mean by jiggle jiggle. First that was sprinkle sprinkle, then it was drizzle drizzle. Now we have jiggle jiggle, and this creator knew exactly what she was doing, and she is pretty much going viral on TikTok right now. So check out for the jiggle jiggle movement, man. It's coming to a social media platform near you. I think you guys will enjoy it. I think most of the men are going to thank me for this. So you're welcome. So without any further ado, y'all know how we do over here, man. There's nothing left to do but drop my video. Let's go. Let's get it.
Fellas, for the amount of sex that y'all have, you would think that y'all would be good at it.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
My first question to a woman like this would be, how's your communication skills? Like, before you get intimate with a man, do you sit down and discuss the things you like, things you don't like, things you prefer, things that get your crank going, things that, get you hot and bothered, your kinks, your fetishes, I should say? Do you discuss any of that with a man, or do you assume that all men come off the assembly line with the hows and ways to satisfy every woman that they come across? Because you do realize each individual each individual woman is different. Women are not the same. What turns another woman on may not turn this particular woman on. What gets this woman going may not get this particular woman going. So my thing would be, what's your communication skills? Bingo. That would to me that determines your success when it comes to intimacy. What's your communication skills like? Are you communicating the valuable information needed to please you? Or are you going into it assuming he should know this, because who the hell are you? And why should a man know who doesn't know you, who is getting to know you, what turns you on? See, this is where it's important to becoming a fully fledged adult before entering into serious things like intimacy, because you're entering into it. To me, it seems, I don't know this woman on a personal level, but it seems to me she's entering into intimacy from a childlike perspective, from a teenage girl's perspective, and not an adult woman's perspective. Because an adult woman, a woman would understand that, hey, if I want to get off, if I want to ensure my intimacy is at its peak, at its best, I should need to talk to the man. But I guess talking to men now, it's taboo and out of order, and men just come off the assembly line knowing how to satisfy every woman they run across. Well, let me know how that works out. Let's go to the next one.
They'd rather have a snow bunny who listens to Taylor Swift than a black woman who twerks to Megan the Stallion. Like, I didn't know that a little rump shaking got y'all so up in arms. As a man, you mean to tell me you can't get with a little rump shaking? Something's not right about that.
I don't deal with you big sassy ass broads.
What the hell was this? First of all, it seems to me a lot of these women have missed the class of adulting, right? Like there are some points of adulting that they just simply can't comprehend. I don't think men have an issue with you twerking. I don't think a man will have an issue with you being provocative. It's just there is a time and place for it. And a lot of y'all seem to not understand the time and the place for twerking, right? Y'all think that you should have unfettered access to the right to do as you please while impeding others' rights to not see it. Understand? You can twerk as much as you like in the appropriate environment, I should say. But a lot of y'all are doing it in inappropriate environments and inappropriate times. I don't think any man would have a problem with you in the confines of your home doing these things, or maybe in a club where it's appropriate. But y'all want to twerk in the grocery store, twerk in front of churches, twerk in front of children, twerk at baby reveals, and all this kind of nonsense. You're not holding yourself to a standard of decency. You think you should be able to do as you please, and that's not how it works. You got to understand something. Men live on this planet with you. We see y'all. It's not like y'all are invisible. We make the calculated, logical assessment. If you're going to be out here with no regards to respecting yourself or respecting me, you're not a woman I want to rock with. And men are now starting to realize, because of red pill content and just the push for men to be seen as equals and to maintain their own rights and autonomy over their own lives, that they have opinions about what you ladies do. And men are going to voice their opinions now, because you don't hold the autonomy over being able to voice your opinions. So there's nothing wrong with you twerking, to wrap this up. Excuse me. There's nothing wrong with you twerking, to wrap this up. There is something wrong with you not knowing when it's appropriate. And that's the point. Let's go to the next one.
So I want to talk about why men of this generation are
I'm stopping right here. This is the jiggle jiggle chick. This is what I was telling you about at the top of my video. This is the jiggle jiggle. First there was sprinkle sprinkle, then there was drizzle drizzle. This is jiggle jiggle. She knew exactly what she was doing before she posted this. There's no way this woman didn't know what she was doing. She is absolutely aware of what she's doing in this video. Sure, she's saying some things that I've heard time and time again, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video was to get the male gaze, and she succeeded because it's, I think, right now pretty viral on TikTok. And she knew exactly what she was doing. She was going to get the male gaze, and she was going to get the seal clapping from the sisterhood that agree with her points. But let's jump in. Let's see what she has to say. Let's finish it up.
scared of women. And I think it has to do with a bunch of reasons, and I'm going to go into it. But number one, dating apps has made it so that men do not have to risk anything to go on a date with women. Back in the day, you used to have to at least go to a bar and risk rejection in front of your friends or embarrassment or any sort of thing like that. Now it's just guaranteed. Men can go on an app and just swipe, and if you match with them, they know that you at least have interest in them, so there's literally no risk. Second, I think that people having phones and girls always recording things definitely scares men, because they always think that like a girl is going to record them and call them a creep. Men are so terrified of being called creeps. I think it's like one of the things that they fear the most. They never want to be that creepy guy, and now in this generation everything's recorded and put on TikTok, so they're scared about that. And the third reason I think men are scared of women is because they just don't have motivation due to things like that to even go on dates, and they're so scared of being like called a creep or getting like accused of something that it's easier for them to just stay inside. I'm not saying this is an excuse, and men, you need to get out there and get over this, but I'm just explaining why I feel like men truly are scared of women in this generation.
Okay, so 3 points she hit on. Corn, this is what she said that I censored out. So use your imagination. Corn, dating apps, and men being afraid of being recorded to come off as creepy. I ain't buying any of that. Maybe I'll give some credence to the corn, because I've seen the studies that this is somehow interfering, I should say, with the intimacy bonding of young men in the coming generations, that they're having issues of intimacy because they don't have to work to get it from women. They can just turn on the internet and go to whatever corn site they would like and get off that way. So I will give her some credence to that. But the dating apps overwhelmingly work in women's favor. 80% of women only swipe on 20% of men. It's not the men that's the issue with dating apps, it's actually the women, and studies have shown that time and time again. Even Bumble had to concede that fact. Now, the whole thing with men being recorded and being viewed as creepy, that again falls on women. You're in the gym recording yourself, and if you see a guy that walks past your camera, you're automatically assuming he's being creepy and looking at you when you're half naked and you have a camera on and you're bending over to show that whatever. It's a content creator on TikTok that makes great videos explaining all the things that women do on social media and in the gym, recording themselves and then feigning ignorance to why the male gaze is fixated on them. Anyhow, this is nothing more than jiggle jiggle. This is the new movement. You'll probably see a lot of young women getting on TikTok repeating what she just did. I guarantee it. Jiggle jiggle. It's here. Let's go to the next one.
And it's very easy to tell women, oh, you need to choose better men. But we're not going to pretend and play like these men are not really good at being in disguise. It's like we out here playing Scooby-Doo real life. Like, who's under the mask? You know what I mean? So, when are we going to have...
What's happening here?
I don't know what's going on with her chin. And I don't say that to be mean. I don't say that to be derogatory. What in the hell is going on with her chin? Like, I'm seeing more peach fuzz than I have. Man, what in the world is going on nowadays? The testosterone is just exuding in these women nowadays. Like, they are just overflowing with it. Is this what's making them pseudo masculine? I don't know, man. I don't know. Whatever y'all eating, stop. Stop. I don't even have words for what she was saying. I just had to put this in here because what the hell is going on with this chick, man? Let's go to the next one.
You want to know what is the most unattractive thing a man can fucking do?
Go on.
Complain. Boy, shut the fuck up. We do not care.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
How much you want to bet she's single? I guarantee you she cannot keep a man, don't know how to stay in a relationship, and she's just masculine repellent. Any woman that speaks like this, you cannot tell me she isn't masculinity repellent. I know she repels men. Just look at the way she speaks. She's not a bad looking woman at all. I think she's actually quite attractive. But that doesn't mean she's successful in the dating market. Not with her attitude. And then, what is up with this treating men as if they're not human beings? Like, men don't exist on this planet with you all. We're not sentient. We don't have feelings. We don't have emotions. We cannot voice our concerns or complaints about things that we encounter in our own lives. Are we not people like you are? But I guess when you reduce a gender down to the boogeymen and everything they do is evil, it's easy to demonize them and to, just look at them as nothing more than lesser beings. It's the dehumanization of men. And you chicks on TikTok, man, y'all have got surgical with this. Woo, let's go to the next one, man.
I don't care if this video get taken down, but I'm just getting real fucking tired of y'all. I'm gonna be real for real. I am a woman and I don't bandwagon with everything women say. Because you got ill-intentioned women out here that think all men out here snatching women up, throwing them in basements, chaining them up because of what they wear. It ain't what you wear, it's the principle. I can wear sheer clothes with my area showing. I can do what I want to in public. But when I'm going over somebody else's house, rules or regulations are made before I even come in that motherfucker. So I'm gonna need all y'all women that's coming on my page to pipe down, because y'all sound very ignorant trying to bring up slavery and what white people do and programming. It ain't that deep. Y'all are the problem. And the reason why I say y'all are the problem is because instead of accepting the fact that all men are not ill-minded, you want to keep pushing the notion that because every man now that has sense are trying to protect themselves with questions, answers. They need to know things before you even approach them in privacy. Because you got women that's coming out in public trying to make a private situation an allegation. And not every man out here is trying to do something to you in a harmful way. And it's sad that men have to move like that. And it's sad that it's women out here that don't see that. Y'all always try to bring up all this bullshit. I don't care how many bad men it is out there in the world. All of them ain't bad. All of them don't even want you. Let's be real here. Half these women that's talking, the men that you talk about don't even want you. And I'm not being rude, because every man that walk in my path, I don't think he want me. That's ego talking for you. That's your mind thinking every man, because you got a nice shape, you're looking good, you feel like your skin, you smelling right. Just because you looking good and smelling good that day don't mean a man gonna even give you a glance. So get that out your head. Just like if a man walk around looking good, smelling good, every woman ain't gonna think that he is top tier.
I agree with everything she said. This was a video she did about 2 years ago, and I agree with everything she said, but we know now that she is a chameleon. Yes, I'll probably do a video later about her, but I'll just stick with this right now. What she said in that video, completely accurate, completely true. I don't have any issues with what she said in the video. I agree, especially about knowing when something is appropriate. That I said it at beginning of this video. Knowing when something is appropriate. You go into somebody else's house, you can't go in there how you want. You have to abide by people's rules, and everybody's house isn't your house. Everybody's stage isn't your stage, your spotlight to shine. You have to read the room. And just because you're an adult and you have the freedom to move as you please, I should say, you don't have the freedom to do whatever you want in someone else's environment. And men are becoming keenly aware of not wanting to be with women that will make an allegation, that will use um, harassment against them, will make their lives a living hell simply because she has the inclination to do so. But I agree with her wholeheartedly on this video. This is probably from 2 years ago, her 2 years ago, when she was, I think, unmasking a big male following, but she has since on Instagram divulged why she did this. Uh, she's a chameleon. So I'll probably do a video later on highlighting her chameleon-esque ways. But I agree. All right, this last video, y'all, is from one of my favorite TikToks of all time. I wanted to bring it over here on this channel. I think it's hilarious, and I also think it's very profound and true. So I put this last one on here as a treat, man. I hope y'all enjoy. This is one of my favorite TikToks, so let's get to it, and I'll catch y'all in the end credits, man.
Like Jesus.